The Enchanted Dragon's Garden, a sleep story. You find yourself standing at the edge of an ancient stone pathway, worn smooth by countless years of gentle footsteps. The air carries the sweet scent of jasmine and lavender, mixed with the earthy aroma of rain-dampened soil. Above you, twilight paints the sky in soft shades of deep purple and dusky rose, whilst the first stars begin to twinkle like scattered diamonds against the darkening canvas. The pathway before you winds through an ornate iron gate, its intricate scrollwork depicting climbing roses and sleeping dragons intertwined in peaceful harmony. As you step closer, the gate swings open with barely a whisper, as if welcoming you into this magical sanctuary. You cross the threshold and feel an immediate sense of calm washing over you, as though you've entered a place where time moves differently, where worries simply cannot follow. The garden stretches out before you in gentle undulations, each section flowing seamlessly into the next, like a living tapestry. Soft moss cushions your footsteps as you begin to walk along the meandering path. And you notice how the stones beneath your feet seem to glow with a subtle, warm light that guides your way without being too bright for your relaxing eyes. To your left, a gentle stream babbles and murmurs as it winds between smooth river rocks and patches of luminescent water lilies. The sound is hypnotic and soothing, like nature's own lullaby. You pause for a moment to listen, and the water seems to be whispering secrets of serenity and peace. Occasionally, a soft plop echoes as a lily pad shifts in the current, or a small fish surfaces to kiss the water's glassy surface before disappearing back into the depths. The path curves slightly, and you notice that a light rain has begun to fall. But rather than being a nuisance, this rain feels magical and welcoming. The droplets are warm against your skin, and they create the most beautiful sound as they patter against the broad leaves of ancient oak trees and splash gently into the stream. The rain falls in a steady, rhythmic pattern that seems perfectly designed to slow your breathing and ease any tension from your shoulders and neck. As you continue walking, you become aware of a soft, golden glow emanating from deeper within the garden. The light flickers and dances, reminiscent of a cozy fireplace, and you feel drawn towards its warmth. Your steps naturally slow as the peaceful atmosphere of this place begins to work its magic on your mind and body. The rain patters more steadily now, creating a symphony of gentle percussion on leaves, flowers, and stone. You notice how it collects in small pools along the pathway, each one reflecting the soft starlight like a mirror. The sound is incredibly soothing, and you find your eyelids growing pleasantly heavy as you listen to nature's gentle rhythm. Moving deeper into the garden, you discover a small clearing surrounded by ancient willow trees, whose trailing branches create a natural curtain of privacy and peace. In the center of this clearing lies a shallow pond, its surface disturbed only by the gentle raindrops that create ever-expanding circles of ripples. Water lilies float serenely on the surface, their white and pink petals glowing softly in the mysterious twilight. At the far end of the pond, you notice a small island connected to the shore by a delicate stone bridge. The bridge is just wide enough for one person, and its surface is covered in soft, cushioning moss that feels wonderful beneath your feet. As you cross, you hear the gentle lapping of water against the bridge's supports, a sound so peaceful It seems to slow your heartbeat to match its rhythm. On the island, you discover the source of that warm, golden light you glimpsed earlier. A magnificent dragon lies curled beside a small fire, but this is not the fearsome creature of old tales. This dragon is clearly ancient and wise. Its scales shimmer with the deep blue-green of ocean depths, and its size is more akin to a large horse than the massive beasts of legend. Its breathing is slow and deep, and with each exhale, the fire beside it flickers and dances, casting warm, comfortable shadows across the peaceful scene. The dragon's eyes are closed, and it appears to be in the deepest, most restful sleep imaginable. Its presence feels protective rather than threatening, like a gentle guardian watching over this sacred space. The fire crackling beside the sleeping dragon creates the most wonderful sounds. The soft snap and pop of burning wood, the quiet hiss of sap escaping from logs, and the gentle roar of flames dancing in the night air. You settle yourself on a patch of soft grass nearby, and as you do, you notice that the ground here seems to mold itself perfectly to your body, supporting you exactly where you need support and allowing you to sink into complete comfort. The rain continues to fall in its gentle, steady rhythm, pattering on the leaves above and creating a natural roof of sound that shelters you from any outside concerns or worries. The dragon's breathing becomes a focal point for your own relaxation. Its chest rises and falls in a slow, hypnotic pattern, and you find your own breathing naturally synchronizing with this peaceful rhythm. Each breath the dragon takes seems to draw away any remaining tension from your body, whilst each exhale fills the air with warmth and tranquility. The fire crackles and pops beside the sleeping dragon, and you watch as the flames dance and flicker in mesmerizing patterns. Orange and gold tongues of fire weave and spiral upwards, creating shapes that shift and change like gentle dreams made visible. The warmth from the fire reaches across the small space to caress your skin. Not too hot, but perfectly comfortable, like being wrapped in the softest blanket on a cool evening. Around you, the night comes alive with the most soothing sounds. Somewhere in the darkness, an owl calls softly, its voice deep and melodious. The sound echoes gently across the garden before fading into the night. Cricket song begins to weave through the air, a steady chirping that blends perfectly with the pattering rain and crackling fire to create nature's own symphony of sleep. The stream that you heard earlier continues its gentle murmuring nearby, and occasionally you catch the soft splash of water cascading over stones or pooling in hidden corners of the garden. These water sounds layer beautifully with the rain, creating a rich tapestry of liquid music that seems designed to wash away any remaining thoughts or concerns from your mind. As you lie there in perfect comfort, you begin to notice other magical details of this enchanted place. Fireflies begin to emerge from the shelter of leaves and flowers, their tiny lights blinking on and off in random patterns that are somehow deeply relaxing to watch. They drift lazily through the air like tiny stars that have come down from the sky to dance around you. The rain patters more gently now, each droplet seeming to carry its own small gift of peace. You can hear it striking different surfaces, the broad leaves of ancient trees, the petals of night-blooming flowers, the surface of the pond, and the moss-covered stones of the pathways. Each surface creates its own unique note in the rain's gentle song. building layers of sound that cradle your consciousness like the most comfortable embrace. The fire beside the dragon burns lower now, its flames settling into a steady hypnotic dance. The crackling becomes softer, more rhythmic, like a gentle percussion that keeps time with the rain and the dragon's breathing. Occasionally, a log shifts in the fire, sending up a small shower of sparks that twinkle briefly against the dark sky before winking out like wishes being granted. You notice that your eyelids are growing heavier now, and the comfortable weight of sleep begins to settle over you like the softest, warmest blanket. The sounds around you, the rain, the stream, the crackling fire, the dragon's peaceful breathing, all begin to blend into one perfect lullaby that seems to emanate from the very heart of this magical place. The owl calls again, its voice even more distant now, as if it too is settling down for the night. The cricket's song continues its gentle rhythm, and you realize that these sounds aren't just around you. They're becoming part of you, syncing with your heartbeat and breathing until you feel completely connected to the peaceful energy of this enchanted garden. As sleep begins to claim you, you become aware that this place exists in a realm beyond ordinary dreams, where magical dragons guard peaceful sleep and where the very air seems infused with tranquility. The rain continues its gentle patter, the fire crackles softly, and the stream murmurs its eternal song of peace. The dragon's presence feels like the most comforting guardian, its ancient wisdom ensuring that no nightmares or troubles can disturb this sacred space. Its steady breathing becomes a bridge between waking and sleeping, guiding you gently into the realm of the most restful dreams. Your body sinks deeper into the impossibly comfortable grass, every muscle releasing its hold on the day's tensions. The warmth from the crackling fire wraps around you like a cocoon of comfort, whilst the gentle rain patters its lullaby against the leaves above. The night sounds create a protective bubble of peace around you, and you feel utterly safe and completely relaxed. The fireflies continue their lazy dance through the air, their soft lights becoming like gentle guides leading you deeper into sleep. Their blinking creates a hypnotic pattern that your drowsy eyes follow with less and less focus as sleep approaches. The scent of night flowers grows stronger, wrapping around you like an aromatic blanket that carries you towards the most peaceful dreams. The dragon's breathing deepens, and with it, your own breath becomes slower and more relaxed. Each exhale releases any remaining awareness of the outside world, whilst each inhale draws in the pure tranquility that fills this magical space. The sound of the crackling fire becomes more distant, more dreamlike, as if you're hearing it through layers of the softest clouds. Rain continues to patter gently on the leaves and flowers around you, creating an endless rhythm that rocks you like a baby being soothed to sleep. The stream babbles its ancient song nearby, and occasionally you hear the soft plop of a water lily shifting in the gentle current. But these sounds no longer register as separate events. They've become part of the overall symphony of peace that surrounds and fills you. As you drift deeper towards sleep, you're dimly aware that the dragon's garden continues its magical work around you. Night creatures go about their gentle business, perhaps a hedgehog rustling through fallen leaves, or a moth drawn to the dancing fireflies. But these sounds don't disturb you. Instead, they confirm that you're part of something larger and more peaceful than yourself, connected to the eternal rhythm of nature at rest. Your last conscious awareness is of the rain pattering its endless sound, the dragon's protective presence breathing steadily nearby, and the feeling that you've found a place where sleep comes as naturally as breathing, where dreams are sweet and undisturbed, and where you can rest as deeply and peacefully as the magical creatures who call this enchanted garden home. The sounds of the night embrace you completely now: rain, fire, stream, and the gentle breathing of your dragon guardian, all weaving together into the perfect symphony for the deepest, most restorative sleep. In this magical place, surrounded by the gentle sounds of nature and protected by ancient magic, you find the profound peace that your soul has been seeking. A gentle breeze stirs through the garden, carrying with it the scent of rain, washed earth, and blooming night flowers. The breeze whispers through the willow branches above, creating a soft rustling that sounds like nature's own whispered lullaby. The leaves dance gently in this night wind, and occasionally a few droplets of collected rainwater fall from their tips, adding tiny percussion notes to the symphony of peaceful sounds that surrounds you. The stream nearby seems to grow more musical as the night deepens, its voice becoming richer and more complex as it flows over stones worn smooth by countless years of patient water. You can hear the gentle gurgling as it navigates around larger rocks, the soft splashing as it tumbles over small cascades, and the barely audible whisper as it glides through deeper pools where water lilies rest in perfect stillness. From somewhere deeper in the garden, you hear the soft hoot of another owl, this one closer than the first. Its call is answered by its mate from across the garden, and their gentle conversation adds another layer to the night's peaceful chorus. The sound carries across the water and through the trees, echoing softly before fading into the comfortable darkness that surrounds this magical sanctuary. The rain continues its gentle rhythm, and you notice how it creates different sounds depending on where it falls. On the broad leaves of the ancient trees, it creates a soft pattering like applause. On the surface of the pond, it makes countless tiny splashes that merge into a continuous whisper. On the moss-covered stones, it falls almost silently, absorbed immediately into the soft green cushions that carpet much of the garden. The dragon shifts slightly once more, and this time you catch sight of its face in the firelight. The creature's expression is one of complete peace and contentment, its ancient features relaxed in the deepest sleep. There's something profoundly comforting about seeing such a powerful being so completely at rest, and you feel your own muscles relaxing even further in response to this vision of perfect tranquility. The fire has settled into its most hypnotic state now. The flames dance lower but more steadily, creating patterns that seem to tell stories of their own. Orange tongues of fire weave between pieces of driftwood that must have been collected from some distant magical shore, and the wood releases the most wonderful aromas, hints of sea salt and distant forests, of sunny meadows and deep, quiet caves. A family of hedgehogs emerges from a nearby flower bed, their small forms barely visible in the gentle firelight. They move with the slow, careful deliberation of creatures who know they're completely safe in this enchanted space. Their tiny feet make the softest pattering sounds on the moss as they go about their nightly business, searching for insects and small treasures among the magical plants that grow throughout the garden. The air grows even more fragrant as more night-blooming flowers open their petals to the rain. Moonflowers unfurl their pale, luminescent blooms, adding their sweet perfume to the garden's aromatic symphony. Night-blooming cereus adds its own exotic scent, while somewhere nearby, the heavy fragrance of gardenias mingles with the lighter notes of sweet alyssum and the spicy undertones of night-blooming stock. You become aware of the gentle sound of your own breathing, now perfectly synchronized with the dragon's peaceful rhythm. Each breath carries away a little more tension, a little more awareness of anything beyond this perfect moment of peace. The sound of your breathing blends seamlessly with all the other gentle sounds of the night. The rain, the fire, the stream, the whisper of wind through leaves. The fireflies that have been dancing through the air begin to settle for the night, some alighting on flower petals where their soft glow creates tiny lanterns throughout the garden. Others rest on the surface of lily pads, their reflected light creating double stars in the dark water. A few brave ones even settle briefly on the dragon's scales, where they look like living jewels adorning the great creature's peaceful form. The rain patters more gently now, each drop seeming to carry its own small blessing of peace and rest. You can hear it collecting in the leaves above, occasionally sending a larger drop cascading down to land with a soft plop in the pond or on the moss beside you. These irregular sounds don't disturb the rhythm of the night. Instead, they add spontaneous notes to nature's ongoing composition, like a jazz musician improvising within a familiar melody. A water lily in the pond opens its petals with the faintest whisper of sound, so quiet you might have imagined it. But in this magical place, you're attuned to every subtle sound and movement. The flower's opening seems to release another wave of tranquil energy into the air, and you feel your eyelids growing even heavier in response. Somewhere in the distance, you hear the gentle splash of a fish jumping in a larger body of water, perhaps a lake or slow-moving river that lies beyond the garden's boundaries. The sound carries across the peaceful night air, adding another element to the water music that seems to be such an integral part of this enchanted place. It reminds you that this garden is part of a larger magical realm, all of it dedicated to peace and rest. The fire crackles with renewed life as a log settles deeper into the coals, sending up a small shower of sparks that dance briefly in the air before winking out like tiny shooting stars. The renewed crackling creates a comforting percussion that blends perfectly with the rain's gentle rhythm, and you find the combined sound incredibly soothing to your increasingly drowsy mind. A gentle mist begins to rise from the warm earth, visible in the firelight as it drifts lazily through the air. This mist carries with it the concentrated essence of all the garden's fragrances, flowers and earth, rain and growing things, the clean scent of moving water, and the comforting aroma of wood smoke. Breathing in this perfumed mist feels like inhaling peace itself. The night sounds layer and blend around you now like a carefully orchestrated symphony designed specifically for sleep. The rain provides the steady percussion. The stream adds its melodic bass line. The fire crackles its irregular rhythm, and the dragon's breathing creates the fundamental tempo that underlies everything else. Occasionally, a night bird adds its voice, or a small creature rustles through the undergrowth, but these sounds only enhance the overall composition rather than disrupting it. Your body has found the perfect position on the impossibly soft grass, and you feel as though you're floating on a cloud of comfort. Every muscle has released its hold on the day's tensions. Every joint has found its natural, restful alignment. The warmth from the dragon's fire reaches you in gentle waves, keeping you perfectly comfortable without being too warm, whilst the cool mist and gentle rain ensure that the air remains fresh and sweet. The scent of the night garden grows even more intoxicating as different flowers continue to bloom around you. You become dimly aware that the garden itself is breathing, not just the individual plants and creatures within it, but the entire space seems to pulse gently with its own life force. This breathing is much slower than your own, more like the rhythm of seasons changing or tides turning, and feeling connected to this greater rhythm fills you with a profound sense of peace and belonging. The dragon's scales continue to shimmer occasionally in the firelight, and you notice that the colors seem to shift and change like an aurora made manifest in physical form. Deep blues melt into purples, which transform into greens that fade to gold before cycling back through the spectrum. Watching these gentle color changes is hypnotically relaxing, and you find your eyes growing heavier and heavier as you follow the slow dance of light and hue across the dragon's sleeping form. A family of rabbits hops silently across a distant part of the garden, their forms barely visible in the gentle darkness. They move with complete confidence, clearly familiar with this magical sanctuary and trusting in its protection. Their presence adds to your own sense of safety and security, confirming that this is indeed a place where all creatures can rest without fear or worry. The rain begins to lighten even further, transitioning from a gentle shower to the softest possible drizzle. Each droplet seems to hang in the air for a moment before drifting down like a tiny blessing, carrying with it all the peace and tranquility of the night sky. The sound becomes even more subtle and soothing, like the whisper of angels' wings or the soft breathing of sleeping children. The fire settles into its deepest, most meditative state, with coals that glow like sleeping rubies and flames that barely flicker. The crackling becomes almost subliminal now, felt more than heard, a gentle vibration that seems to resonate in harmony with your own slowing heartbeat. Occasionally, the wood whispers as sap escapes from hidden pockets, but even these sounds seem designed to enhance rather than disturb your growing drowsiness. Your consciousness begins to drift like the mist rising from the warm earth, floating peacefully between waking and sleeping. In this liminal state, the boundaries between yourself and the magical garden begin to blur. You feel connected to the dragon's protective presence, to the nurturing earth beneath you, to the gentle rain above, and to all the peaceful creatures that call this enchanted place home. The stream song becomes even more beautiful as your awareness shifts, its voice now seeming to carry melodies from distant magical realms. You can almost hear lyrics in its babbling, ancient words of comfort and protection, lullabies older than memory, songs that speak directly to the part of your soul that craves deep, restorative rest. The night air carries the sound of distant wind chimes, so faint they might be imaginary, but their gentle tinkling adds another layer of magic to the garden's symphony. Perhaps they hang from trees in a more distant part of this enchanted realm. moved by breezes that carry messages between different magical gardens, all of them dedicated to peace and healing rest. As your eyelids grow impossibly heavy, you become aware that the entire garden is watching over you with the same protective care as the sleeping dragon. Every tree, every flower, every stone seems imbued with a gentle consciousness that wishes you nothing but the most peaceful, restorative sleep. This awareness fills you with such profound comfort that the last of your waking thoughts simply melt away like mist in the morning sun. The dragon's presence grows even more comforting as sleep approaches, its ancient wisdom ensuring that your dreams will be filled with the same magic and wonder that surrounds you in this perfect sanctuary. Its steady breathing becomes the bridge between your waking consciousness and the realm of peaceful dreams, guiding you gently across the threshold into the deepest, most restful sleep imaginable. And as sleep finally claims you completely, the enchanted garden continues its eternal vigil, with the rain pattering softly, the fire crackling gently, the stream murmuring its ancient songs, and the wise dragon breathing steadily beside you, ensuring that your dreams will be filled with the same magic and tranquility that surrounds you in this perfect, peaceful sanctuary. Good night.